getting ready to go on a very long trip. Let's see. My keyboard's a little hidden, so give me just a second to figure stuff out here. So you can see the destination there. Trailer and all that stuff checks out good. Okay. So this is the map. Now, it's very broken because California's over here. And where I think Los Angeles should be, Vegas is. I don't know what mods calls in that. But to give you guys an idea, it's 1,597 miles. And we're going all the way down here. Now, obviously this is all water, so to speak. But yeah, we're going all the way down to Mexico. But anyway, just pay attention to the basically 1,600 miles. And not that the map is totally messed up for some reason. Alright, so let's go ahead and get ourselves out of here. We've already done the pre-trip and all that good stuff. I believe we're just going to come back out here to the right, because this is actually where I came in. Now hopefully my stream is all good and dandy. I know the other day when I tried it, it was totally messed up. So I actually have it popped up here on my phone and my tablet. So one's on mobile data and the other one is over Wi-Fi. So many times throughout the stream, guys or anybody that randomly comes across the content has an issue, make sure you guys let me know down below, but it should be streaming at 1440p 60 FPS. Alright, turn the flashers off, or hazards off. I believe this is the backside of Los Angeles here. I've never actually been down to this point. Let's switch lanes here real fast. So HAULSTAR Trucking, the company that I'm part of, we're always looking for new drivers and staff at some point down your career. So if you guys are looking for a new company or anything, come hit us up. The description is in the link is in the description of at the top of my main profile. I need to actually go back in there and make sure that works. If somebody randomly comes across it, clicks on it, go ahead and let me know that that actually works correctly. Now I am also sitting way up in my truck, so I'll kind of have to do this redneck style and kind of lean down into my window here so I can actually see when the light actually changes. Turn that just a little sharp there, but we're good. I was hoping that light was going to stay green. cars there to the left go, then there's something going on here. Can't see the light. I'm waiting for that left lane to actually go though. Maybe already? There goes the far turn lane. Yep, definitely looks like there's an accident, so that car just must be all the way up here to the front. I was gonna say this is like a lot of traffic. Oh yeah, there is an accident. Well, we got literally like a mile down the road and stuff's messed up already. So 2 car accidents? Are you serious? Wow. Okay. Doesn't matter if we're not in here. Perfect. Now this one I don't have to lean out just because we have that side light over there. So we should be good there. But yeah, if you guys look in the main channel page, there should be a link that works in there. So that you guys can join there. Now, I know we haven't done a lot of content on here. Usually it's like every 2 weeks or so. So that's something that hopefully, if my internet decides it wants to hold up, that I'll be able to make more content like this. Also, you guys may hear my fan or my computer running in the background just because my room is a little toasty, so I have that turned on. And then my PC is revving up like it's gonna take off the table. It really reminds me of the PlayStation 4 days of your system getting like really like hot, I guess. And then it just sounded like the system was gonna take off like an airplane. The things that we came up with back then. All while the whole time that the Xbox Series S and X consoles were out. Actually, technically, that would have been Xbox One. But if I remember correctly, when I was younger, the one was actually whisper quiet for most part. And I don't know anything about like the PlayStation 5, but I know the Xbox Series S and X consoles, those things are super quiet. I mean, you could play those for 12 hours and it would still be quiet. But yeah, if you guys do ever put anything in chat while I'm driving, I do look down there usually every couple minutes. But since I have both my phone and my tablet sitting in front of me, I should be able to see chat with no problem. Now, I won't talk about it in here, just because usually if I'm playing a particular game, we usually only talk about that, unless somebody like in the comments or whatever is asking a question about something. But I do have other stuff planned, other games, so to speak. Alright, now we can get ourselves up to speed here now. Make some time. Being stuck in that traffic light for a moment. Alright. Yep, we need to stay. Okay, so right now we're going down the 405. We're gonna stay here to the right, it looks like. Yep. Yeah, I had some person a while back, maybe 2 weeks ago, go in there and posted something on here while I was playing ATS here. And then I basically, after, I don't know, maybe a minute after they said something, before I actually had a chance to actually read it, they up and dipped. But if I remember correctly, it was kind of hard for me to respond in that short amount of time because I was in traffic, and I was almost to my destination. I would say we were like 50 miles out, and then the person like stopped watching my stream or whatever, and I'm over here thinking, hey, you can't be like texting and driving at the same time. So that's why I said that earlier. About like I'm coming up to a corner. I'm not gonna be looking at my tablet trying to read a comment or something until obviously I get around that area. But no, I've been with HAULSTAR Trucking Company for what, 3 weeks now? And we haven't technically done a lot of driving. So I want to kind of change that up there a little bit and actually make sure we're getting some mileage in and try to hopefully recruit some more people within the company. Now, I don't believe really any of us play. Yeah, I had to hit the brakes there a little bit. Truckers MP. So I think the company's strictly convoyed for most part, and that's great because we actually have our own server up. I think they're still working on it, but it's a really big one. So if you guys are interested in playing with mods and other people, I think most of us, if not all, of our drivers and stuff are basically playing every night, especially on the weekends. Uh, and the owner, he's always on. So if you guys are ever wanting to chill, chat with anyone, and we are a small company or whatever, and we're still working things out or whatever. But I'm basically myself am the kind of like a recruiter. But like I said, originally I was gonna do TMP, and then found out that a lot of them don't actually do that. They actually, I think we find a lot of people from just playing in convoy servers, or that are just randomly talking to people. But personally, myself, I haven't done much of that. So we're gonna try to get some of these streams out. Video looks great right now. And again, like I said earlier, if anybody has any issues, say I'm done streaming it and you guys, cop CHP's being sneaky right there. I didn't see him until I rode up there. If there's any streaming issues after the video is done and you guys happen to come across my channel, definitely leave a comment down below to let me know if there was any issues or anything like that. Oh, I just did something that was a red flag there. I kind of forgot to check my mirrors before that highway there. Usually what I tell people is merge to the left lane if it's safe to do so. Because you kind of get like three options. Speed up, slow down if you can't merge to into a, the left lane. Like sometimes you might run into situations like that. Um, Also, the company is I don't think I have my cruise control set up there correctly. Um, it's supposed to make it so it doesn't go over a certain speed limit there, and for some reason it is. So yeah, that's fine. I'll just keep an eye on it. You guys can see in my truck I got a really cool GPS. That's a Steam Workshop mod that you guys can get. Now I do personally sit quite far in the back of my truck or in my seat, so I can't really see all the little detail down below it, the speed limit. It's actually everything that's sitting on my dash, but I can't even read that other than the 55 miles per hour that we're actually doing there. But yeah, we're a real miles company. We use Trucksbook and all that stuff. Like I said, just a small company and whatnot. So, but I think a lot of the guys are pushing 1,000 miles or so. Now, I personally myself, I just have base map, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. But later down the road, maybe. I just went out and ordered me a 100-inch flat screen TV. So it's gonna be a minute before I can get anything. But I thought that'd be a cool little TV to have, or a big TV, I should say. But that's being made in monthly payments, so I kind of took the opportunity. Plus, I got a cool fireplace out of it, because I'd never be able to afford anything out of pocket you normally. But yeah, pretty good. Again, watch that mirror. Now you could technically go faster than 55 miles per hour here in California within the logbooks that we're using here. Um, but for the stream purpose, and we also have trucking, which is an overlay. Just drove right through the median there, or the side of the road because it had us merged. But yeah, I don't think I've done a load like this in like forever. So this is actually something new. So where we're going again is down south, so to speak, outside of the United States. And all the map packs that we're using are actually free. So if you guys do join the game and you happen to only have the 3 base DLC maps, or maps in general, they're the ones that come with the game. California, Nevada, and Arizona. And basically, the map is just an add-on that connects through like California and whatnot. So, no DLCs required, which is actually really nice. So once we get down there, you'll be able to see that this map is not. It looks like SCS made the game. It doesn't look like. It looks like you left. Obviously, you're outside of the U.S. Did he just literally switch lanes with not using a turn signal? I didn't catch on to it on the look of that at my stream. I think he just merged over without using his turn signal, and that's an ambulance. They should be the safest people on the road. But yeah, right now, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and mute my mic. If I see somebody come in the chat, I'll unmute myself and I'll reply back to that. traffic that truck's coming in. I don't know if there's a merge lane in there or not. Yes, there was. So he basically had to come straight off of there. Oh, are you serious? Oh, I figured he was moving over so that we could speed up around there, but I guess not. See, now he just ended up moving back over. Oh, we're at 75. Okay. Now, Trucks Book only allows you to go to 78 or something like that. So I do highly recommend you set it more around cruise control of like 70-ish. Just get my truck in the right gear. It's an automatic, so it shouldn't be that hard to do. This dude's probably yelling at me for having my high beams on, but I want to make sure I can see what I'm doing. I also assume since we're going a lot faster than he is. I was gonna say I should be able to go above 65. Okay, there's 70. See the highway back there? All those roads were all like drivable. That was insane. Also, that vehicle accident. I didn't see what it was at first. I thought maybe it was DOT or something out assisting a wreck with like a tow truck or something. Nope. It was much worse. Yeah, that road system back there was crazy though. Because usually what you'll do is you'll come up across like stuff like this. Now this is just a standard I don't know what those are called, exits or whatever. Like there's still a lot going on there, but okay, so you can see that guy actually had a right lane they actually run into, so we were basically good to go. Okay, we're gonna slow down here. I know this road. This is Phoenix, I think. But when you drive in certain areas, you see it and you'd be like, oh yep, I know exactly where I'm at. That's where like you're a local driver or that you've been in that area multiple times that you just know exactly where you're at. there. I can't back up now because there's cars behind me. I think I was supposed to technically. What is going on? I'm just trying to nudge him out of the way there. Very carefully. Now this one might be a little bit more tricky. Yeah, I should have stayed there till I don't know why everybody's having issues with the AI just randomly wrecking into everything lately. But I'm trying not to like mess up my truck here trying to do this. But yeah, usually that one would pretty much just let you drive through. So like you can see you'd have to stop there. This side you don't. Oh, now you want me to pull into a thing. But you let me skip the one back there. Oh, I hate this one. Alright. So this particular spot is super frustrating. Because you can't really turn your truck around in here. That gate literally goes into the road right there. I might know how to get out of here, but I might not. Okay. Wasn't I 70,000 pounds earlier? How did I go to 69? I'm very confused on that situation. My bad. I can't see like what's got going on down here now. Well, I mean, beside hitting that semi truck, I think we did fairly good for getting it back out of there blindsided. I mean, I didn't do nothing to my cargo or anything, so we should be alright. Now, also down here in Mexico, the roads are fairly small. Like, they're nothing crazy, like But like if you had an oversized load or anything like that, yeah, you would definitely have some issues being down here. I figured we would be right around 1,000 miles, and we were 987, so I was actually extremely close. And it's currently 3:24, so it will start to get light here eventually. But yep, we'll continue on, and like I said, other than hitting that truck back there by accident, we are doing fairly good. You know what? I'm gonna grab fuel because I think we're really only about a half a tank, but some of these roads down here you may not come across a gas station for a while. So yeah, since this is right here. I'll just grab some fuel right here. My next question right there. Okay. I didn't see it there for a minute. I'm like, I know it's around here somewhere. Usually you would put your parking brake on there, but that's right. Alright, let's go ahead, fire this back up, and we'll continue on our trip. If anyone wants to question the me driving on the wrong side of the road out of the gas station there for a split second, then yeah, that was true. After I started pulling out there, I'm like, I don't think I'm supposed to be on this side of the road. But that's okay. I don't even know if they here in Mexico for the game, if they even have traffic that goes down that particular road anyway. not trying to put the music on. Man. That'd be a one way to mess up your live stream. I think YouTube gives you like 30 seconds or so before you have like any copyright stuff. So alright. Oh, I can't see it with my mirroring away. I don't even think that was like 3 seconds of actual music though. So on my, I use an Xbox controller to actually play this game. And if I'm just doing like normal convoy, I have it set up so I can actually listen to music when I'm not like streaming or anything like that. I do wish we were allowed to actually play like actual music. You know, jam out to your favorite country music or rock, whatever. I actually think that would actually be pretty cool because even like when you're playing games like Farming Simulator, just having some country music to rock out to as you're farming or whatever is actually it keeps you busy. It makes the live stream a little bit more entertaining too, right? I mean, music is like everything when it comes to like when you're running, either be Farming Sim or American Truck Simulator. When you're playing that game for hours, accomplish goals in life or whatever you want to call it. Man, that warehouse is like right there on the road, ain't it? You just pull in there and basically good to go. That guy did not pay attention. And I'm not even doing the full speed limit, which was probably good because it's 56 through here. We're only doing like 35-ish. Oh, it's too late now. I was gonna say, you gotta watch some of the lights. It probably doesn't help that I'm sitting way up here in the air though. See, I didn't even not even paying attention to those. But yeah, I'm way like up here, like I'm sitting at dashboard level. And part of the reason to that is because I'm the type of person I like to be able to see like all of my truck dashboard on the inside, but I also like to see the hood too. Like when you're the way SCS has it, um, you can't. These guys are both over the white line or crosswalk there, yellow, whatever you want to call it. Forgot what I was gonna say now. Oh well. Guess it wasn't very important. It's kind of using my hood mirror there. Oh, guess what? There's go through. I knew it was ending, but I wasn't expecting it to come there. So me and a buddy of mine within the company here, um, we've actually both been down this route. So obviously I don't remember every single road or anything like that, but is this right? Yep. Looks like a repair shop up here. I was gonna say, I know it says 50, but we're gonna do 55. Again, don't have to worry about this flagging on trucks book that I know of. I believe all Mexico down here too also, yeah, there's the shop right there, right on the edge of the road. Looks like there's a sleep thing here and then a way station, but I'm thinking we should probably slow down here. So these you have to pay attention to. So you can see over there on the right, you don't have to stop at that one. But until you actually like get used to the map here, you're gonna be stopping a lot. Anyway, we'll continue on to our trip. I was gonna say I was gonna let that truck go through, and then he just wanted to keep going slow. I'm like, you know what? I should probably go. But yeah, truck's booking everything, logged all this just fine. So. These roads here remind me of Euro Truck Simulator. Them being a lot tinier. I mean, they're not too small. I mean, you get over here. I mean, they definitely are smaller, but not too bad. Smaller roads just make you a better driver because it teaches you that especially when you come into some of these small towns and stuff, you have to slow way down and make sure you're turning out wide enough to make those corners. But you gotta remember, your roads are a lot smaller, so that you do have to keep in mind. Now, once you get out of that mountain area that we were in, where we went up, I know you guys couldn't see anything because it was dark. But yeah, that was like a big climb and then a big descent. Now, a little thing is if you guys turn on your turn signals and you don't want them to auto click off because maybe say you're doing an oversized load or whatever and you don't want it to flip off right away, you can go into game settings and flip that toggle on or off. And then basically whatever button you have assigned to it, you'll have to hit a second time to actually have it shut off. Because we all know in real life, and my car does the same thing, if you don't turn the steering wheel far enough and then flip it back the other way, it won't actually click it off. So like you're over there, and I have the habit of doing this in this one area where I drive in town. It's basically a full turn, but your car is like on an angle, so you don't actually turn your steering wheel far enough to the left where you're coming onto this other road. And so the turn signal does not always disengage, so to speak. And so, for whatever reason, maybe it's just me, but instead of flipping it up like a normal person back in the middle to shut it off, either if you have it going to the left or right, I always end up having the habit of flipping it all the way up, and then my right turn signal comes on. I think I'm just basically just pushing it up too much, but yeah, you just give it a little nudge or whatever, and it will disengage it. Oh, we gotta stop here. See, I'm not used to all of these, I'm gonna pull. What does this say? No gates, right? I mean, there is, but it's up. Okay. So you can see you don't have to stop, and it still pays for it. But I'm not always paying attention to the navigation as much as I am the blue line. So I don't always see the thing. And this is only like my second time coming down here. It's my first time actually doing it by myself. But yeah, the original was me and a buddy, which is the one that actually hooked me up with this. That was the first time that we came down. But it's kind of funny because it's basically the same route. Now I'm using Google GPS navigation or whatever, so it doesn't exactly tell me the exact route, so to speak. But yeah, there's a ton of roads down here, which is definitely different than driving in the US. Like it breaks off in all different directions. Oh, there's like a little dirt road right there. I wonder if you could drive on it. I didn't see it blocked off, so maybe. Okay, I'm gonna set myself to 62 or 60. I mean. See where she takes us now. But yeah, it basically looks like the game developers basically built this map. Like it's extremely detailed for what it is. I mean, over at a buddy's, I used to years ago play Coast to Coast, and that map, at least at that time, and I don't know if it's changed or not since, but it used to be really bad. Like, I mean, you would get to an area like this on the highway, but it was just literally flat. It had maybe some hills or mountains, but there was like no trees or anything like that. Or when you came into like down by Florida area or somewhere around that area had what do you want to call it? Where it was basically flat land, and then it just had a bunch of trees and stuff all over the area. Like there was just no detail to it whatsoever. Or a funny thing about it was like when you get to actual Florida, like come on, dude, just drive off there. Like what was it? Miami. It was just basically Los Angeles flipped backwards at the time, and obviously that's before they went in there and changed everything up that that we know it as of today, which is completely different. It's not just blocks of squared off roads, so to speak. It's literally like I gotta get over here. Let's see if I can. Oh wait, it doesn't want me to move over now? What happened? I could have swore it told me to switch lanes. Oh, whatever. Okay. I need to get myself down to 55. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna run it as. I'm just used to running that at the speed limit. So, I don't know what everything is. Like, what is this? Mexico's like kilometers, right? So, I'm not really for sure, like, what it is all, down here. But yeah, 55 is like fine. Oh, no. Oh, look, international. Can I turn? doing it. I'm assuming we don't actually have to stop there in this. There was an Alvis train coming and I just flipped through there. So the lights are lifted up on these poles, so since I'm up high, it's again very hard to see. Yeah, I'm gonna go make a right on red. I don't know if it's illegal, but I have the traffic offenses shut off, so as long as you stop and look before you go, obviously. Try not to speed too much. Oh no, that's right. Oh, I mean, I guess technically that would have worked. But yeah, it's probably good that my traffic offenses are off because I can't see half these lights being up like this. We're taking a shortcut. Oh, I'm not on the right road there. I mean, I'm close. There's only a small little piece of grass up in there. I guess I should have followed the truck route, huh? Squeeze on over here. There. Whew. I seen that way that GPS was gonna route me. I'm like, nope. What it was gonna do is have me come off that little road right there, and then go up to there, and then have to go up and around. And then it would have had me come back out there somewhere. Actually, this here, but it would have showed on Truck's book. Me going out of my way, which would have been alright, but if there was no wall, I was definitely not going to sit there. But yeah, definitely don't usually do that. Especially for the fact that I'm live streaming, but I guess it wouldn't matter if you were recording either, because technically speaking, you're probably just going to do the same thing I just did there. But like I said, you're not playing online, I'm not playing a normal convoy or anything like that, so not too big of a concerning issue. I just did this in case there's an accident that I can get through here. But right now I see that it's red, so we should be alright. Some truck driver up there has a oh look guys, there's a buggy. Oh, the horse. Okay, I've never seen that before. That's kind of cool. That's where that AI truck came out of. And he came down this way somewhere. Let's push ourselves back to the right. These buildings are literally like, I don't know if they're like that in real life, but they're literally like right there on the road. I mean, it only takes one person to go through your storefront. Which I have seen that before. So a little story behind that is we were at McDonald's across a 4-lane road, so to speak, coming through town. And we're just munching on our food or whatever out in the Mickey D's parking lot. This is gotta be around 8, 9 o'clock at night. And across the street you have all these like small little phone stores and oh, that's not good. McDonald's and whatnot, our burgers. And across the street, there's this car that's sitting. And I don't remember what store it went through, but it went through like we have like Subway and your AT&T phone stores, and I think it was like maybe a haircut place or like a check and go or whatever you want to call those when you need to go get money or whatnot. And the next thing you know, you hear this big like something like broke, like smashed through something, and then we're like looking or whatever because we had our windows down because this is like in the summertime or whatever, so it's super warm. And we go to look across the street or whatever, and this car that was at one point sitting in there, I don't know if they tried to put their car like in reverse or like what they did. I forgot to get back over there. But basically what happened is they were, so to say, in drive. Oh, yeah, we can put ourselves to like 65 through here. And they literally smashed right through the front of the store. And since I was talking about that, that subject was like popped up or whatever. I'm like, hey, that might be a good story for a minute. I mean, once you get up to like 70 miles per hour, you're flying up through here. I'm gonna keep myself set to 70 for a minute since I'm going up this hill, and then we'll slow down. Unless these cars, you know, with my luck, decide that, yep, do exactly that. Alright, I'm gonna set myself to 55, even though the speed limit is way above that. Just in case there's an accident or anything like that. And like I said, we're not in the world's fastest, or in like a hurry, so to speak. 55 here, and set the cruise control. We are currently 556 miles out from our destination, which is not bad. So basically we covered, what, a little over 1,000 miles, because it was like 1,500. I think it was just like 2 or 3 miles shy of a 1,600 mile run, which again is definitely not something that I normally do, but I do want to make more content. And then I was trying to do a little bit of The Division here, but I have to stream that through Xbox through the cloud because I don't have this system, and they don't allow you to install it for PC. But after I started thinking about it, what is this car doing? Oh my god. Oh, I just ran some Tesla right off the road. I didn't have nowhere to go. I think this guy merged on. I'd have to go back and look at the video. I think there was a highway back there. He came up on the right side of me, and then there's a car on the left. I literally did not have nowhere to go. Oh, well, that just happened. See, doing what I wanted to do. I mean, it didn't do no more damage. That 1%'s from me hitting a car, by the way. I can't see my keys. See, those mirrors are way too big for that anyway. Alright. Guess we'll leave it like that. Okay. Yeah, so that was something. So the GPS on screen that I actually have right now is, I think, what is basically up on the big GPS screen there. basically, if you're sitting up close enough, yeah. So if I hit, what is it, 3 or F1? Let me show you guys this real quick. This one right here. Hopefully I don't crash when I come back out. So you guys see how I have my seat here? If I go into adjust, I usually don't mess with this stuff, but like right here, my seat's pushed all the way up. This is why I like doing this. So you push your seat like this, right to the S. You go to FOV, which is 100. You can go up to 120 if you desire, but definitely get, you can see you get this whole area right here. So not that you're really gonna be able to see this at this point. You can tilt it, but this should lift it up. Yep. If you're going for the immersion, so to speak, this is more of what you want. Again, you can see that it's in the middle. So SCS, so to speak, basically when you're playing this game, see they want you to have the steering wheel basically there, but it does block some of your gauges, and I'd rather not have it. So here, or not that one, FOV. So instead of it being all the way back, I swear to God they have you like this. And yeah, you can see out of your mirrors, but and you don't necessarily need to see these. If you got your on-screen GPS on, you're pretty much good to go. But yeah. Oh, also by the way, not only being zoomed out like this, you can lower yourself a little bit if you need to, because technically this is up quite a lot. And your point of view is that your storage compartment up at the top. But also, be careful when you guys do this, because it does make it seem, it gives you the depth of field effect, or however you want to say that, to where it makes it look like you're going a lot faster than what you actually are. So I'm gonna actually try to lower myself here real quick. So go to your seat here. Now we're pushed all the way up, as you can see. So let's go down like 10. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10. You can still technically see it. Right here would be the middle. I did throw this up a little bit because your hood's down here, so to speak. So with this being a little bit more up here, you can see it a little bit more. Now, if you do want to run it that way, obviously you're going to want to adjust this. Again, you can see all of your gauges. This is pushed all the way up. So, I mean, technically, I guess you can kind of leave it in the middle, and you'll still be able to see everything. But you need to push your seat all the way back, and then your FOV. Basically 120. And like I said, you'll definitely be able to see. I didn't think you could see it. Apparently you can. But yeah, you're definitely going to end up using the on-screen GPS there. For sure. But yeah, it's definitely going to make it feel... You're going to feel a lot different, so to speak. But you do want to be able to see that, at least that left hood mirror. This is going to kind of show you out where your actual hood of your truck is. But now you'll be able, the idea here is you'll be able to see your thing. Just get used to actually looking over at the, where am I pulling in? Wait till supposed to be doing it? I don't know what's up with all their messed up cones here. Yeah, that's kind of a messed up truck rest stop right there. I'm just saying. Because you gotta literally come all the way out here to be able to see like what's going on. Yeah, I was gonna say, just tell him to stay there for a minute. But yeah, it is doable. I've got my little cat up in here. My little Pepsi down there. The GPS is up there. Got your cooler down there. Not a bad little customization, but you definitely got to make sure you get used to paying attention to your thing over there. Now, technically speaking, since we do have the GPS, which is in that same spot, you can technically shut that off. And depending on how far you are sitting away from your computer screen, that is doable, so to speak. Like, I can read the speed part, but I can't read the fuel thing. Now, this is the Volvo. So up there, basically, the top right, the left gauge to that corner of the display, that's the actual fuel thing. So once you get about 3/4 quarter to a half a tank, that's when obviously I would recommend the pull in. But yeah, it is a bit hard to see the GPS, so having that on screen there is definitely probably preferable. Now let's get it up to 55 and just see the speed, basically how it feels. I don't think it's actually that bad. So this is 55 miles per hour through here. Oops, make sure I'm paying attention to what I'm doing. I was looking at my tablet, make sure there wasn't nothing, no chats or anything popping up. But yeah, this is basically your main road for the US speed limits. Unless you're on the highway, which in our case we're not. And technically it's only 50. So it'd actually be slightly slower. But I'm already, it was a little weird starting off, but once you played after about half hour, like right now I've messed with it, so it's not too weird for me to play it like this. Yeah, I was gonna say we should probably slow down. There's a speed bump right there. But yeah, like if I look over there to the right, the GPS does not block even the bottom here, unless you turn it back up. But you can't see it at that point. Now you can see the traffic lights, right? I mean, the viewpoint of me sitting really far back in the truck does make it look like it's stretched out, but it's not. I was gonna say there's like no pedestrians or anything that we gotta really worry about. Now you can see I don't even have to look. Like I don't have to turn my camera or anything. I came a little closer than I wanted, but yeah, you can see I don't have to turn the camera unless you're going to the right. Then obviously you would have to turn that way a little bit. Or you can kind of keep the camera like that, but it's a little sideways. Yeah, something like that. But yep, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the rest of the trip, and once we get down to our destinations, I'll flip my headset back on. But I'm gonna basically mute it the rest of the way and just sit back and enjoy the trip. once you drive a lot of these routes, like I said, I don't do a lot, so getting used to this angle here. But yeah, you can see just the top of your front of the hood. I also think my uneven surfaces are set to 200%, just to kind of give you, like, when you hit speed bumps or whatever, or if you go onto like a dirt road and whatnot, you get that more surface feel of hitting bumps or being on gravel and stuff like that. And then we're using like a graphics mod, Brutal's Graphics and Weather, I believe it's what it's called. You guys can grab that through the Steam Workshop as well. But yeah, here, like when I'm hitting like certain bumps and stuff, it actually sounds more realistic. There is a sound pack. I don't know if that's actually what's doing that or if it's just in there by default. But either way, it sounds really good. You get that effect when you're going over like train tracks too. But yeah, there is a mod for sounds and stuff. Oh, we gotta slow down. Wait, they put the gas stations in the middle? Oh, that's definitely different, dude. Alright, anyway, we're gonna go and try to wrap this trip up. If I end up doing something stupid, I'll put myself back on the mic too, just for the heck of it. Let's see if I can go here. Oh, no, we can't. Never mind. I didn't see the yellow barrier there. Alright. Anyway, we're gonna go wrap this up. Get myself adjusted here momentarily. I'm just gonna have to move these guys out. Just wanna squeeze through here. Yeah, I thought I could really go through there. Turns out, nope. I couldn't. Anyway, we'll go wrap up the rest of the trip. If we do something else stupid, I'll be back. Okay, I may have taken the wrong toll booth, but I think we just basically took the free route, which I'm definitely not used to doing. This is actually, I think, the first time that I've done this. Why is there a cow randomly walking down the side of the road? Do not know. 243 more miles to go. Yeah, so I basically just went off the highway and took the scenic route, I guess, which is fine. It will save you some money because you don't have to hit all those booths up, I guess. Guess we'll set it to 60 for now. Oh, I mean technically it's 68, so I guess we're good to go. Ask if it was gonna hit the 100 gallons, and it did by .3. I like the little seatbelt stuff. Door closes and stuff. target again for the second time. $196 more miles. We are getting there, slowly but surely. But yeah, this is like the free route, so you don't have to hit up all the boost tolls or whatever. Definitely saves you a lot of money. Might take a little bit longer to get there by a few minutes, but other than that, not too bad. And I figured we'd get fuel right there. Every 100 or so gallons is probably preferred to refuel or whatever, just in case you get down in an area where there's like no gas stations to like stop at, because obviously that would be bad. Yeah, see, there would be another toll booth right there that you would have to hit. So going down the free roads saves you basically $25 every time you go through. So kind of a smart thing to do, actually, if especially if you're first starting off. You don't want to be spending all that cash or whatever. Save all that extra hundreds of dollars in for fuel or whatever. But like I said, you gotta learn the roads and whatnot. Keep like the same routes and stuff until you familiarize yourself within a certain area. Then you can move on to like other locations. But yep, let's go ahead and continue to get this delivery dropped off, and then we'll be done for the night, and I'll try and see if I can fix my map. It's one of the mods that's creating it. I don't know if it's like the route advisory or what it is for sure, but after this we'll go in there and I'll try to figure that out, and then hopefully when we do our next stream it won't be like that. Because before I started this, or after I did it, I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot the map was broke. So it's fine here, but when you actually go in to actually navigate it or whatever, it's all like messed up. So like Nevada's where Los Angeles should be, and so I gotta figure out what is causing that. And then once that's all sorted, we should be good to go. really likes their speed bumps. Been messing up my suspension and everything on my truck. I swear if you go fast enough down here, you might be able to actually get some, like hitting like a ramp or whatever and just launch your semi-truck across the road. Like Dukes of Hazzard. But it could be because my uneven surfaces are up at 200% due. Also, you'll see that I no longer have my two GPSs up on screen, or on in the truck itself. You can actually go in keys and buttons, and you're able to actually, towards the bottom-ish, there's an area in there where you can change your dash info, which is what's up there at the front. You can't really see it because I'm way too far back. But yeah, you can switch that and it will give you some different information there about your truck and whatnot. And then you can also set it up so you can turn the GPS off inside the truck and then just use the on-screen. So if it's like one that you can't get rid of, you can turn the truck one off and then just use the on-screen one. And then that way it's not so distracting that you're looking at multiple GPS screens at the same time. And some GPSs, if I switched out the dashboard one, will let you turn the truck one off, if I remember, inside here. And then it will let you run just the, what is it? Then you'll be able to have just the in GPS one on. And then there's some trucks that don't have them in there. So I believe the Mac one, like from like the 50s or so, that one there actually has one. If I remember, it's comes with the truck, I believe. It's this really big one, if I can remember correctly, type of tablet type of GPS, and it goes up over the actual dash of your truck or whatever, and it actually looks really cool if I remember correctly. And if that's the one that I'm thinking of, it's actually the Mac old style one is actually in the Steam Workshop, and it comes with the GPS included, if I remember. But yeah, if that's the one I'm thinking of, it's actually really big. Like it's like a 12-inch tablet or something like crazy like that. But yeah, if I can remember correctly, it's the old style Mac with a big tablet. Look at all these bumps, dude. Man, if I was carrying TVs or something, all the screens would be broken by now. Like, probably not, but... Anyway, we are almost there. So, as soon as I get ready to pull in, I'll bring you guys back online. Alright, well, I missed my corner and I took out a car, but other than that, I'm gonna try to back the truck up like I did earlier. Seen my friend do it earlier on Euro Truck Simulator. But some of these areas may be slightly small. But we'll give it a shot. See what happens. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the GPS back on. There's this on-screen one too. Might be able to do it. Let's see. The oil areas are actually pretty big, so they're not like extremely hard to do. Now the fact that that trailer on the other side, I can't quite see it. Be quite careful. So right now I'm gonna try to jackknife it a little bit because dude, we are way off. I got that little window there in the back, which kinda helps, but yeah, I was gonna say it would have been easier to come back to it that way. Alright. And there we go. Said it, just marked it in Truck's book. And we are good to go. 80,000, 79, $199,746. Not too bad. That's actually good money for a 1,500-mile trip. 1,570 miles. Okay. Not too shabby. Alrighty, guys, so we're going to go ahead and end the stream here. I'm going to go ahead and just pull out here real fast. If you guys are interested in, again, joining the company, link is in the main bio of my YouTube channel on the home screen or whatever you want to call that here. Should be good. If you guys have any issues with it, just basically copy it and then go to your Discord, go to the very bottom where it says like join server, or it should be, if I remember correctly, a green plus sign, and then copy and paste that in there. If you guys have any issues with the link, if it's like expired or anything, just go ahead and drop me a comment down below and I'll make sure I get that updated.